And I'll turn it over to Courtney because then we've got 3 weeks of lots of fun excitement going on. So.
Yeah, so as we are sharing about these, we have 5 different things that we're talking about today. The idea obviously isn't to ask you to send your kid towards every single one of them, because that would cover about 8 different weeks. The thought is that you as a family can decide what is best for your student this summer, what fits them right now, what you can afford, and stuff like that. So it's not like we're trying to pitch everything. We have a lot going on, and we're trying to give that to you to decide what's best for you guys. And also, we do have a lot of information that we're sharing today, and we don't have it on the website yet, but on the fbcva.org page, there's a students page, and there's a little calendar spot of the student calendar. We're going to have all these events on that calendar, so you'll be able to click on them and then get more information, and even be able to register. We got to talk to Roger Lochter at the church, and he'll set up registration links. So those will be open. And just so you know, we're not talking about JAM today, like was mentioned earlier. We're going to talk about JAM next week, parent meeting 9 o'clock hour over in that room. So JAM is the event that isn't being addressed today. But moving on, in the summer, the next event to share with you guys is Mason-Dixon Scholarship Camp. This one is particularly dear to my heart because I started going there starting 20 years ago when I was a 12-year-old. If you'd like one of these, you can take one. So if you just can pass them down. If your family would like one, if you're interested in checking out what the camp is like, you can grab one as I pass these stacks around. Mason-Dixon Camp, and then after I'm going to talk about Camp Unite. Both of these camps are summer camp experiences. They aren't the conference type like a Maven Truth, and they're not a service-oriented camp. It's for really the purpose of coming together to have fun, build relationships, and especially work on your own relationship with the Lord. And that's what these camps give you an opportunity to do. Grab one of those forms. There are 2 different weeks. There's a middle school week and there's a high school week, and it starts, it counts whatever grade you're going into. So if you are an 8th grader, you'll be going to the high school week because whatever grade you're going into next. So the dates are on here, June 22nd through 29th, June 29th through July 6th. It goes Saturday to Saturday. It's an 8-day camp. Mason-Dixon Scholarship Camp, an unforgettable summer camp experience. Campers will enjoy a week of making new friends, playing wacky games, hearing relevant Bible teaching, memorizing scripture, and forming a closer relationship with Jesus. Now, Mason-Dixon Camp comes from the old Awana program. Not sure if you're familiar with the children's ministry, Awana. Awana used to run a camp for students, but they got out of the camp ministry about 10 years ago. Fredericktown Church up in Frederick, Maryland decided to keep the camp running, keeping it afloat, but still keeping it an achievement-based camp, which is why it's called Mason-Dixon Scholarship Camp. It's not called scholarship because you get money to go, you still have to pay. It's called scholarship because it's a level of achievement. You have to achieve your way there. Most students from around the Northern Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania area attend churches that have an Awana program, and they have to complete handbooks where they do scripture memorization and study. At FBC, we do not have Awana, but I've been involved with the camp for a long time. I'm on the committee, and I still help run it, and so they've allowed our kids here at FBC to take part in Mason-Dixon Camp. And there's 2 ways to qualify to be able to go to this camp. The next camp I talk about, Camp Unite, has no qualifications, but this one does have qualifications because of the old Awana roots to it. We have, in our discipleship program here at the church, students go through these devotionals. I write these devotionals. Last semester we did a study in Philippians, and this semester this is a 3-month study in Ephesians. This comes with a Bible study guide and memory verses. And there's even a little spot in here that students will initial the box for each other if they did it over the discipleship program. If a student doesn't do discipleship, they can still complete this book and their parent can initial it or something like that if they do the Bible study work and they recite the memory verse. So that's how you achieve getting to go to this Mason-Dixon camp, is One thing that's interesting too, that for that Maven Truth, they mentioned Sean McDowell. Well, Sean McDowell wrote a curriculum for Awana called Journey Advocates, which is the exact curriculum that we're using in this classroom. And you'll see the verses on the walls, because this 9th, 10th grade classroom on Sunday mornings is doing an apologetics type class. So it's just interesting how there's a lot of crossover with all that stuff. So continuing, there's the purpose of Mason-Dixon Camp. It's a fun, faithful atmosphere where students can make lasting relationships and grow closer to the Lord. It's held at a camp called Camp Tahiglo in Mercersburg, Pennsylvania. What I like about Camp Tahiglo is that all the cabins are air conditioned. It's a nice facility. There's a pool. You got a dining hall. There's a lot of food. It's not a rustic camp experience. It's a nicer camp experience. Bunch of fun stuff, a lot of games, but the difference, and maybe the thing that stands out to me about Mason-Dixon Camp is the type of student who attends Mason-Dixon Camp is maybe a little different than a standard summer camp because of the achievement aspect to it. All these students who attend have been in the Bible studying and memorizing throughout the year, and oftentimes since they were little. And so there's a different type of attitude that comes. The students come to have fun. We don't have maybe the same behavioral issues that a different camp could have, because the students are there to have fun, but also to grow in their walk with the Lord, and that's a really exciting thing. I had asked Riley if she would say something about Mason-Dixon Camp, just a little commercial, because there's several people. The gays have gone. Riley, these boys right here. What did you think about Mason?
So I liked Mason-Dixon Camp. It was different because I've never been to a summer camp before. So I went with a couple girls that I knew, 2 other girls that I knew, and there were, I think, 10 other girls in my cabin. So I made a lot of friends, and I still talk to some of the friends, and it was just a great experience that I would recommend to anyone.
Did anybody else from Mason-Dixon Camp want to share anything? Samuel or Joseph? So it's a really special place. It's a particularly special place to me since I grew up there. I'm still very invested. I help with getting the curriculum set for what we're doing. There's a morning Bible time. There's an evening Bible time. Campers have to recite a Bible verse every day. They have to do a memory verse similar to Awana. And so there's very much a spiritual focus, but it is very fun as well, because there's a couple game times evening and morning. Any questions about Mason-Dixon Camp specifically? In the brochure here, you'll see the cost, $290, but there's a discount for applications early. The way to register for Mason-Dixon Camp is not through FBC. What you do is you go to masondixon.camp, which, just to throw it out there, it's a little bit confusing because there's an old website called masondixoncamp.org that we don't have access to anymore. We're not the most tech savvy people. So there's one out there that is masondixoncamp.org. That one doesn't work. Go to masondixon.camp, and it has the 2019 dates down here, and there's an application on there, and you could even see more about the camp directly from the camp website. The second, Stephen, would you mind going over to this other tab called Unite?
Called what?
It's the tab up here, just the Facebook one.
It might be on
You'll have to
the
drag the mouse over and look at this screen because it doesn't show on any of those monitors. So if you drag it to the monitor.
What's she saying?
You have to bring it together.
It's really not much of an image anymore.
Sorry.
This is the simple Facebook ad for Camp Unite. Camp Unite is another summer camp. It doesn't require any preparation work. Anybody can sign up. It's for 7th through 12th grade students. The thing about Camp Unite that I like is that it's a little smaller and it's more local. Dennis has a big hand who's the camp pastor last year at Camp Unite. I was able to attend both. I went to Mason-Dixon Camp for 2 weeks, then I came home for a night, then I went back out to Camp Unite and got to experience that one as well. It's a little bit smaller because we are collaborating with a couple churches over in Front Royal. combining with their youth groups. So they're all local kids to Front Royal and around here. And so that's a neat thing, so that the relationships that our kids can form, they can continue those friendships since they're not too far away. The smaller field is helpful as well because the students don't feel as overwhelmed. Mason-Dixon camp will have 100 students there in a week, where Cape United had probably half that. We're hoping to have more this year. It is at Camp Pinnacle, is that what it's called, Dennis?
Yeah.
Which is a 4-H camp over in West Virginia. It's a little more rustic, not so much with the air conditioning. The sessions are held outside in over a pavilion. There's no air conditioning in the dorms, but it was all right. I survived. The food was good. The thing about Camp Unite is it gives older students an opportunity to have leadership opportunities because we don't have quite as many older students, so with a smaller group. So the way they broke it down is every group of students would get assigned to a small group, and our older students, they are 16 and up, would be like student leaders to those kids, and that was special for them, a good opportunity. I asked Clayton and Luke if they wanted to say anything about Camp Unite. And Clayton is actually wearing the t-shirt, so you want to stand up for everybody the t-shirt from last year?
Camp Unite is a great experience. There is air conditioning. There is. It's actually cold, but it's a great experience. We play lots of games. We do sessions. I think one in the morning and one in the evening. We also do campfires, pool time, stuff like that. But I recommend going to it. It's fun.
Luke is one of the older students. Do you have anything to share?
Yeah, I helped lead one of the teams this past year. It was a lot of fun. We got to break up and do devotions with like really small groups of kids, 5 or 6. So yeah, it was really great.
Yeah.
The food was great. Mrs. McNaught wants to point to know.
She was in charge of that. Yeah, it was excellent. I agree. So these two camp experiences, Mason-Dixon Camp and Camp Unite, they're different than our other things. They're not conference style, and they're not geared towards serving or missions. They are for fun, for relationship building, and to especially focus on the students' walk with the Lord. And Camp Unite happens the day after you get back from Mason-Dixon Camp. So I believe that's July 7th through 12th this year. That's a Sunday through Friday. It's a little shorter. The cost is not official yet. I don't think Lee has given us that, but it's probably less than 200.
Yeah, probably 150.
Yeah. So that's a pretty great price for 5 days of summer camp. Any questions about Camp Unite?
I'll add on to Camp Unite for you parents. One of the ways we keep that cost down for Camp Unite is it's all volunteer. So like my wife was saying, she helped in the kitchen making the food. Like it's all volunteer staff in the kitchen making the food, the adults that are helping to run the camp. So if any of you are interested in coming out and being a part of that, I'll recruit parents too. So hit me up. Love to have more help and parents involved in that.